For over a decade, Canada has been planning to join the United States F-35 fighter jet program and was preparing to finalize a multi-billion-dollar deal. However, recent developments in Ottawa have raised concerns.
Very expensive fighter jets from the U.S. over trade concerns.
There is a limit, full stop. There is a limit to matching these tariffs dollar for dollar, given the fact that our economy is...
Talked about a lot, which is the Saab Gripen. That was the runner-up in the long procurement process to get these F-35s lined up.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has directed the Defense Ministry to review a $13.2 billion F-35 fighter jet.
Example is the F-35 fighter jet made by American aerospace giant Lockheed Martin.
Concerns about whether this ambitious project might be canceled. Domestic political challenges and growing trade and defense tensions with the United States are casting doubts over the current F-35 contract. What are Canada's alternatives if it withdraws from the F-35 program? If Canada decides to step away from the F-35, which fighter jet would it prefer? Could European aircraft be a better choice? Meanwhile, European Union countries are ramping up their defense production, responding to global security concerns. This raises a question. Could Canada forge stronger defense ties with Europe? Let's explore why Canada might consider replacing the American F-35 with the Swedish Gripen. Canada's F-35 journey. Canada's involvement in the F-35 program dates back to the 2010s when it joined the U.S.-led Joint Strike Fighter project. The country played a role in the jet's design and technological development and sought to participate in its production phase. The Royal Canadian Air Force, RCAF, required a fifth-generation aircraft with cutting-edge sensors and weapons to replace its aging CF-18 Hornets. Since the F-35 was becoming a key component of NATO's defense strategy, Canada initially remained committed to the project to maintain compatibility with its allies. However, tensions began to rise due to the Trump administration's trade policies, including tariffs on Canadian goods. Many in Canada began to question why their country was relying so heavily on U.S. military deals. Additionally, the F-35 program faced growing criticism for its high procurement and maintenance costs. Reports suggest that Canada's current air fleet is only 40% operational, struggling with issues such as maintenance delays, pilot shortages, and a lack of spare parts. A sophisticated jet like the F-35 requires an extensive logistical and maintenance infrastructure, leading some Canadian defense officials to ask, if we are investing in such an expensive aircraft, who will guarantee its operational readiness? Is the United States still a reliable partner? Canada's concerns about the F-35 extend beyond costs and logistics. There are growing doubts about the reliability of its partnership with the U.S. Given recent trade disputes, is it wise for Canada to continue depending solely on American defense technology? Meanwhile, the European Union is rapidly expanding its defense production capabilities. In response to global security threats, countries like Germany, France, Italy, and Spain have significantly increased their military budgets. The idea of a self-sufficient European defense industry is gaining momentum, which could result in greater production of advanced fighter jets like the Eurofighter Typhoon, Dassault Rafale, and Saab Gripen. Some experts argue that if Canada shifts to a European supplier, it might secure a more cost-effective deal through bulk purchases and enhance logistical cooperation with European nations, which fighter jets could replace the F-35. If Canada cancels its F-35 order, 3 European aircraft stand out as potential alternatives. 1. Eurofighter Typhoon, developed by the United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and Spain. A 4.5 generation fighter with excellent air combat capability and strong air-to-ground performance. Performs well at high altitudes, making it suitable for Canada's vast geography. Maintenance costs are lower than the F-35, but logistical challenges arise from its multi-nation production structure. 2. Dassault Rafale, a French multi-role fighter capable of air superiority, ground attack, and naval operations. While not fully stealthy like the F-35, it has a lower radar signature and superior aerodynamics. Countries like India, Greece, and Egypt have praised its performance. Maintenance infrastructure would need to be well organized for Canadian operations. 3. Saab Gripen E/F, a Swedish fighter jet known for being cost-effective, easy to maintain, and adaptable to cold climates. Performs well in short runway operations and dispersed basing scenarios. cheapest operating costs among fourth-generation aircraft. However, its single-engine design and lighter frame raise concerns about its suitability for long-range missions. Would Canada consider another American jet? If Canada remains hesitant about European aircraft, could consider an alternative American fighter, such as Boeing F-15EX, F divided by a -18 E divided by F Super Hornet. However, both options are still U.S.-made, meaning they would resolve concerns about dependence on the U.S. defense industry. If Ottawa is truly seeking independence from American suppliers, a European fighter remains a more logical choice. Potential benefits and risks of a European defense partnership. With Europe ramping up defense production, Canada could benefit from bulk purchasing deals that lower unit costs. A shift towards European manufacturers could also provide opportunities for Canadian defense companies, such as Bombardier, to become subcontractors in European military projects. However, the risks of canceling the F-35 contract are significant. Strained U.S.-Canada defense relations, especially regarding NORAD cooperation, a potential backlash against Canadian defense contractors who rely on U.S. military contracts, longer delivery times for European jets due to high demand from other nations. What will Ottawa decide? Ottawa's final decision will depend on multiple factors: cost, operational readiness, logistics, and geopolitical strategy. Some believe that Canada's threat to cancel the F-35 is merely a negotiation tactic to pressure the U.S. into better trade terms. Others argue that this could mark a turning point, where Canada distances itself from American defense influence and embraces a European strategic alliance. As discussions continue, it remains to be seen whether Canada will truly walk away from the F-35 or find a diplomatic resolution with the U.S. in the coming weeks. The government is expected to make a concrete announcement soon. What do you think? Should Canada abandon the F-35 program and opt for a more cost-effective European alternative? Would the Gripen, Rafale, or Typhoon be a better fit for Canada's defense needs? Could a new European partnership give Canada greater strategic independence, or would breaking away from the U.S. be too risky? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this major defense decision.